Hey everybody, Paul here with PTZ Optics, and I am excited to talk about remote photography. I just met with some customers using our pan tilt zoom cameras to take pictures. Check out this stream deck I have set up here. This is set up to take a picture or a burst of pictures, and it does not interrupt the live streaming and video production workflows that many of our customers have. So, really excited to take a peek at this. Let's jump right in. So, I was visiting a couple of our customers. You might know many of our customers have pan tilt zoom cameras, and some of them want to do sports photography, some of them want to do wedding photography, and discrete pan tilt zoom cameras that are small and on a wall out of the way sometimes just really make for a good viewpoint where you don't have to get in the way, especially with sports, especially with houses of worship in different areas where having a high resolution photo really makes sense. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about remote photography and give you some tips on how to take amazing photos with robotic cameras, without a digital SLR, with a camera that has high powered optical zoom. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to use a PTZ camera with optical zoom. You can zoom in to a head and shoulders shot of someone from over 100 feet away with a PTZ Optics Move 4K camera. They're easy to zoom in from far away. They're easy to control remotely, whether that be through OBS or through vmix or through a joystick controller or a stream deck. They also feature auto tracking, so you can automatically track a subject. And I have some footage from a sports venue we were at, and you can see this camera is set up to automatically follow this woman here playing tennis. And it just makes sports photography that much easier. So, we're going to dig into why this is so exciting and what you can do. So, the free software that we're going to show today is OBS. Now, you can take a 4K image from a camera, and 4K imagery is great because you can crop it down, right? You can crop things and punch into a high resolution image and extract a smaller, kind of more cropped or better framed image. This is a 4K image shown with a 1080p crop. The other thing you can do, notice between these two images, I have used generative fill to remove all the other players in this scene. It is very common now. You can use Adobe Photoshop and many, many tools to very easily select what you want to remove and get really awesome new photos. The other thing you can do is you can upscale photos now. So you can take a 4K image and upscale it to an 8K image. You can get imagery now that is printable. So you can print large prints with these images using AI upscaling. So you can remove the background, you can crop images in, and you can upscale them. So photography is really changing. And so today I want to show you how to use a robotic camera to do remote photography. We're going to set up the camera. We're going to have a live video stream of the camera remotely, whether you're on the same network with a computer or a laptop or anywhere in the world remotely controlling the cameras. And then I'm going to show you how to take a snapshot, how to take a single image, or how to take a burst of images for your remote photography purposes. At the end, we'll look at the differences of DPI and image quality. We'll talk about the difference between video and photography a little bit, and we'll talk about some key takeaways here. But before we get into that, let's do the fun stuff. First, I'm going to show you a PTZ camera in my studio. And so this is a free software called OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. You can download it for Mac or PC computers. And we have a plugin for this software. So you can actually control the camera directly in the software. You can set PTZ presets, you can zoom in and out, you can do all kinds of things for controlling your PTZ camera, okay? And we can get ready to take photos with this software. And what I'm going to do, if we cut to my stream deck here, we are going to have a button to simply take a photo. And then we're going to have another button that does a burst. And what that does is when I click this burst button here, you'll see it's going to actually take 5 images, and it actually goes in a little circle to show you that once it's complete. And I'll show you how all of that is set up, and I'll show you the images that we are taking. So for my example, I'm gonna take images of a PTZOptics Move 4K camera. These are our 4K pan tilt zoom cameras that can automatically track a subject without any additional software. They have auto tracking built in. And so this folder over here is my folder of images that I've been taking. So I have set up a Stream Deck. This is a Stream Deck software. It's called a Stream Deck Mini. And what I've done is I've set up a hotkey, which is just the space bar. And in OBS, I have used the hotkey for the space bar to take a screenshot output. So what that does is it takes the hotkey, okay, for the screenshot, and it actually basically just says when the space bars hit, take a snapshot. And the snapshot will output into your recording folder. Okay. So whatever your recording folder is set to, I have it for desktop/pictures. That is where all my pictures are going to be saved. So when I click the, and now let's go ahead and open up my pictures folder here. As I click, you can see at the bottom here, it's taking photos. So I'm taking photos right now. And as if I open this image folder here, I'm starting to get images of my tennis match, right? So now you've got a PTZ camera that's automatically following the subject, whether it be the bride at a wedding, whether it be a star football player, the quarterback, someone that you really want to have social media images for. It'll automatically follow that subject, even if there's other people in view. So it has actual computer vision to lock in. We call it presenter lock, where you can see here there's a woman in front. It's still just going to track the woman that we have selected because the computer vision knows that's the person we want to track. Now, we have videos on how that works and how to track. This video is mainly about these images. So now let's take a look at one of these images and we'll look at the properties of this image just to give you an idea of the image quality, because that's what we're going to talk about next. And you can see the camera's obviously auto following this person, and you can control the automatic zoom and you can control a lot of different things. But this image here is a 4K image at 24-bit depth. That is a very high quality image. It's a 4K image. As we looked at earlier, we can crop this image in, we can take snapshots, we can remove the background using generative fill, and we can even use AI to upscale this image. So this is a really valuable tool for our customers, and we're just getting started on how to use this. So now that we've done that, I want to talk a little bit about the technicals. So you can see here, very easy to take images, whether it's a burst image, and I'll show how we did that. With the burst images, what we've done here using the Stream Deck, and there's other ways to do this, but for the Stream Deck, what we've done is we've created a delay. And I did a little testing, and it seems like OBS likes about 1/4 of a second of time. So that means every second, OBS, using the Stream Deck software, we're going to look into faster ways to take more burst shots. But basically, you can take like 4 or 5 images per second. Now, I'm sure we can increase that. And if you think you need that increased, let us know in the comments below, because we're working on enhancing this software and the functionalities. But this is basically taking 4 images per second and depositing them into a folder on your local area network. Now, I mentioned earlier that you also have the ability to bring in cameras from anywhere in the world. And we can do that using PTZOptics Hive. Now, PTZOptics Hive is our remote PTZ camera control solution where you can bring in cameras from anywhere in the world, and you can output the video. You can record them in the cloud, but you can also output the NDI video on your local area network. So this essentially allows you to be remote to the football field, remote to the classroom, remote to the church, or wherever the event is happening, and output that video so you can bring it into OBS using a protocol called NDI. which is exactly how I'm bringing in this video source via NDI. NDI is a plugin for OBS, but you could, of course, use vmix or wirecast. There's many different softwares for this. And so we are bringing in the NDI source in 4K. This is a 4K video stream into OBS. And we are then able to take snapshots and photos. So that's essentially what we have done here today. And I just want to talk a little bit about taking this to the next level. So, generally speaking, if you're taking a snapshot off of a PTZOptics camera, the bit depth, right, the color depth is about 8 to 10 bits. Now, if you're printing an image and you really want to blow it up big so that you can print this onto a poster, you're going to start thinking about DPI, which is called dots per inch. The higher the dots per inch, the more detail that you'll be able to see and the image will be clearer. For most digital screens, when we're talking about a website, a blog post, a social media image, 72 to 96 DPI is standard. That's what most images can show. But when we're looking at print quality on a magazine, we might need higher DPI. We might need 300 DPI. And to achieve that, you can use AI upscaling. Now, the impact video doesn't generally, you're never printing video. So video doesn't generally use the term DPI since we're using video cameras like the PTZOptics cameras that generally produce images, roughly at 96 DPI. When you pull a snapshot out, you will need to upscale those images to create print magazine quality. So higher DPI, better print quality. It's generally used, for printing. And I just want to show some of the key takeaways of why you should be considering using your PTZ cameras for photography. You've got really great precision and flexibility for putting cameras farther away from the fashion show, from the place that you are, taking your pictures. You can use presets. You can have multiple angles. You can have multiple cameras auto tracking the same subject. So you never have to worry about doing a multi-camera shoot and getting really good high resolution, high optical zoom, right? When we use optical zoom, we don't lose quality. It's not like digital zoom. We're really using optical zoom. And PTZ cameras can be very stable. They can be mounted to walls. They can be put on really high-end tripods, and all the robotics can do all the movement. So it's much more stable than a human holding a camera. We can also have remote control, not just on the local area network, like I was showing with OBS here, where I'm in the same room and I'm controlling the camera, but we can also have remote control anywhere in the world using Hive over the cloud. So you can now reduce costs by having, sending less people, reducing travel for photography, and it's suitable across a variety of environments when it doesn't make sense to have a DSLR camera on the sidelines of a football field when the sidelines are meant for the players, right? So it opens up new options that I think photographers are really excited about. So that is our overview of remote photography. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll have a blog post below that you can read more about this topic. Let us know what you think.